It's 10 questions about the hit 90s space opera Babylon 5 with Patreon subscriber Manny Majarian. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to the Trivia with Buds podcast. Strap in for some sci-fi action on today's episode. It's all about Babylon 5. Now, as a bad trivia host, I didn't really know what Babylon 5 was until I looked it up for these questions. I like sci-fi, but there's a lot of it that I've skipped and never gone back to follow up on. But as I get older and older and I find time in my day, I kind of slip in episodes and pilots of shows that I should know something about. And this is one of them that I'm going to definitely dive into after writing these questions. I've heard about it a million times, like Firefly, but until earlier this year, I was in the dark, like on Firefly. I had never watched it, but I have, and love Firefly, so I'll probably love this too. If you like sci-fi, you might want to check out some other sci-fi episodes we've done on things like Futurama, Star Trek, Star Wars, even sci-fi authors with my friend Andy as past topics on the show. You can search any of those terms and my name, Buds, and the word trivia on Google, and you should find links to listen to those. You can also scroll through the feed, but it might take a little bit longer to do that. I'm going to start organizing similar subjects like that, like the sci-fi YouTube playlist over on YouTube for easy listening as the show gets uploaded daily there as well. So if you ever want to watch this show on YouTube, it's just the audio as a video file, but you can watch that and easier for playlists and things like that. All right, let's jump into 10 quick ones with my pirate pal Manny Majarian on a phone call about Babylon 5. Here we go. Sitting here on a phone call with my good time pirate pal, Manny Majarian. What's up, Manny?
Hey, what's up, Brian? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I called you my pirate pal because you came to my kids' pirate and mermaid themed birthday party with your kids, and we all had a blast. You were dressed to the nines as a full-time pirate.
Yeah, we had full-on pirate outfits going on. Myself, my wife, the kids. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a fun party. We had a great time, and you brought me a bottle of scotch. That was very nice of you. Thank you for that. That was cool. Sometimes people forget when it's a kid's party that I'm also a giant kid. So that was nice of you.
Yeah.
Well, very good, man. You and I met playing trivia over at a place called Lincoln Hops in Sunland, Tujunga, California. You play with a big group of friends and family there every Tuesday, and I started there a little over a year ago, and we kind of all became friends. You guys had me do some backyard parties, some birthday parties and things, so I feel like I'm an extended member of your Armenian family. Is that true?
Yeah. Actually, it was funny. The first time I met you was at my cousin's birthday party, and that's what got me hooked onto the trivia.
Yeah.
After that is when I started showing up.
That's right. Yeah, you started coming after that, and then you started listening to the podcast, and then you became a patron of the show, which was very, very cool of you. Thank you for your continued patronage. And now I send you a T-shirt every month that your wife either approves of or complains about, right?
So she's loved every one of them except for that wedding one, but it's funny though.
The first one I sent said "game over," and it had like just the symbol for a man and a woman like getting married. So it was like game over. And then I sent you a ridiculous one last month that said "Call of Duty Special Plops," and it's like someone taking a dump, right? Yep. Classy shirts I'm finding for you and all the members of the Patreon T-shirt club. But awesome, man. Thanks for your friendship, and thanks for your love of all things nerdy, including today's topic that you picked about a month ago called Babylon 5.
I did.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Tell me a little bit about what Babylon 5 is, because I actually have no idea. Like, when I looked up these questions, I was just like, it looks sci-fi.
It was a science fiction show that came out back in the 90s, I want to say like mid-90s to like late 90s. Mm-hmm. It was essentially, science fiction, futuristic. It was based around a space station that was like a hub for all the alien races to come and do their commerce and treaties and things like that. And it became like this whole saga of like 5 or 6 seasons, which started off kind of rough, but then it got better as it went along, and it had like horrible CGI for the first couple of seasons.
Yeah.
And then it just got better progressively with technology. But, yeah, I mean, I wasn't really into Star Trek at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So this was my show to watch I think it was like once a week, every week.
Gotcha. So you probably you watched some Star Trek, you said not for me, and then this show came out and you're like, that looks like kind of Star Trek, but maybe cooler, and then you started watching it and you got hooked?
I mean, it's like totally, it's more action-based with some drama, whereas Star Trek is more like,
mostly drama.
Not that it's a bad thing. I mean, I like both, but I mean, it was an alternative to Star Trek, yeah.
Gotcha. Very cool, man. All right, very good. So we are going to jump into these 10 questions on Babylon 5. And like I said, I may not pronounce all these things correctly, as someone pointed out on the podcast recently that I do not pronounce things correctly, but I really have never seen even a frame of Babylon 5. This show used to be on TNT, right?
No, I think it was on... Was it? Yeah, I think it was TNT. Yeah, you're right. It was TNT because they did a couple like movies afterwards on TNT.
Very cool. Okay, so maybe now that I've written these questions, every time I investigate something, I'm always like, oh, maybe I'll go back and watch that. So maybe I will watch. Well, I mean,
I know the series is on Amazon Prime. That much I know. I don't know if it's on Netflix.
Very good to know. I have one of those Prime accounts. If you order from Amazon and you don't have a Prime account, it's silly, isn't it?
No, I have a Prime account.
Right?
Yeah, I have a Prime account. I order a lot of stuff, but I started watching movies and old TV shows off of that, too.
Oh, yeah. They have, I think Batman the Animated Series is one of the coolest things they have on there.
Yeah, they do.
All right, here we go. 10 questions on Babylon 5. How many do you think you're going to get out of 10?
I'll be lucky to get half, I think.
Ooh, okay.
It's been a long time.
50%. I like the low odds, but that's good. Yeah. All right, here we go.
That way it looks better if I get more.
Yeah, that's true. Question number 1. What century is the show supposed to take place in? What century?
Oh, jeez.
So we're in the. I'll give you like the context of because I know the centuries are right, and we're in the 2000s. So you can either say, I mean, you could just say the years that you think it's supposed to take place. Like what century in terms of year numbers?
I think it's in the 23rd century because it's like 22 something.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly right. So that would be the 23rd century, 2200s, and it's 2257 to 2262. 5 years in the life of the show. Nice job, man. 1 for 1. Nailing it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Question number 2. Season 4 of the show was advertised saying it's blank blank ahead of anything else on television. So I saw a poster. It says blank blank ahead of anything on television. What do you think those 2 blanks are? 2 words.
Was it Light Years?
It is exactly Light Years. Nice job. Season 4, Light Years ahead of anything on television. The article I was reading had that poster at the top, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of an interesting question. He could probably figure that out, and you did. Nice job. Light Years ahead of anything on television. Question number 3. What happened to Babylon 4? What happened to Babylon 4?
The simple question was, or the simple answer was, it disappeared, but it actually was pulled back in time.
Very good. Exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for mysteriously vanished, and then I did read some more because it shows up later in the series, right? And they kind of find out what happened to it.
It does.
Yeah. Very good. Babylon 4 mysteriously vanished. Question number 4. What Narn, N-A-R-N, ambassador appeared seasons 1 to 5 and had an apostrophe in their name?
Oh, Jakar.
Jakar, that's right. G''K-A-R. Very good. You're 4 for 4, man. I tried not to make these super duper hard as I didn't know my ass from my elbow when writing them. But here's number 5. The final battle of the Earth Minbari War was called the Battle of the what?
Oh,
final battle of the Earth Minbari War was called the Battle of the what?
They talked about Battle of the Line.
It is Battle of the Line, man. 5 for 5. You already made your quota. Do you feel good about that?
Okay, good. So
I would feel great. Oh, this is fantastic. Question number 6. I have to send you 2 shirts this month now. Number 6.
Oh no.
What group that oversees the lives of telepaths has conflict with the Babylon 5 crew on season 2?
Oh, that's the Psi Corps.
The Psi Corps. That's right.
Yeah, that actually, it was funny too because one of the guys there was from Star Trek.
Oh,
Chekhov
really?
was on the show.
Oh, okay. Chekhov was one of the Psi Corps guys. All right, very good.
Yeah.
Number 7, on season 4, which character returns with no explanation for his disappearance and is not exactly the same as before?
Season 4 came back. No explanation as to why he's different than before. Oh, dude.
Character
so
returns.
Many people went in and out.
Yeah. With no explanation for his disappearance, not exactly the same as before.
Was it Ambassador Kosh?
It was Michael Garibaldi.
Oh, Oh, dude.
Or is it Garibaldi
right. He
or
got
Garibaldi?
Kidnapped yeah, Garibaldi. Yeah,
Garibaldi.
I wasn't thinking. I couldn't remember. I knew he left and came back, but I couldn't remember if it was season 4 or after that.
Gotcha.
So then he did disappear for a while, came back, and he was okay for a bit, but he was a little different. You're right. Okay.
I gotcha. All right, that's your only miss so far, so you're doing great. Here's number 8. What species that starts with a D becomes prevalent in season 5?
Starts with a what?
It starts with a D, like D as in David. What species that starts with a D becomes prevalent in season 5?
Season 5.
It's like a one-syllable name.
Yeah. Oh my God.
As I was reading the synopsises for the different seasons, this name was like all over season 5. So I was like, oh, that seems like something that jumped in.
Oh, it's like, dude. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Could it be
like
Dew?
Drawl or something like that?
You're very close. It's Drakh, Drakh.
Drakh.
Yeah, Drakh. Very good.
Yeah.
Only 2 misses. You got 2 questions left. Let's see. Here's number 9. Who is Sheridan found by at the end of the series who offers him to travel beyond the rim with them? The very end of the series, Sheridan's found by a group at the end of the series, and they offer to travel beyond the rim with him, and then his empty spaceship is kind of just found there.
Yeah. One of the guys was the alien that helped them, but the group, I think it was called the Ancient Ones.
I will say that counts. It was the first ones.
The first ones. Yeah. There we go. Yeah,
but you were close. Ones. Ancient first. That's kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
And number 10. The series was created by J. Michael Straczynski, who is a famed comic book writer. What major series did he write for from 2001 to 2007?
Oh, boy. That one, I'm like drawing a blank on that one.
This was a series that I did collect around that time. Most of my comic book collecting was like mid-high school to college. And so I was in college 2004 to 2008. So this is probably right around when I found out who this guy was and was like, oh, he does a lot of cool stuff and that kind of thing.
Okay. You did comic books? Oh, man.
It's a pretty major character, major series.
Oh my God, I'm totally drawing a blank because I was more into, basically my comic book years were just Batman and X-Men and Superman. That was it.
I gotcha. Well, it's none of them. It was the Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh man, that was like complete. Oh, I wouldn't even thought of that. Every time I hear Spider-Man, I think Stan Lee.
Yeah, I'm with you. But Amazing Spider-Man, that was, I think the 500th issue came out around then, or maybe a little bit later, but I remember buying the 500th Amazing Spider-Man because it was, a continuation from the original Amazing Spider-Man. But I have that somewhere. I have a couple different covers of it, I think. But very good job, man. You only missed 3, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Bad.
You missed Garibaldi, Drakh, and Spider-Man. Yeah, 70%, 20% more than you thought you'd get. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Anything you want to plug before you get out of here?
Not much, really. I mean, I don't really have a social media presence for myself, except for my account, which you're friends on, but that's like a private account.
Sure.
Other than that, I do keep like a separate Instagram account just to like post pictures of like, because I play this pirate game online.
Oh, sure. I didn't know that. So you're really into that costume. You're like really into pirates.
Yeah, it was actually.
So me inviting you to a pirate party, you were like, oh, I'll be there.
Yeah, basically. I mean, the whole idea is that costume is going to be improved upon, and I'm taking it with me to San Diego Comic-Con next year.
My God. Yeah. Oh, and you got tickets after like 5 years in a row
I
not
did.
getting
For the
tickets.
first time in 5 years, I got tickets.
Are you bringing the whole family, the 4 of you?
No, it's just my wife and I.
Very cool, man. Kids
won't be here that week anyway, so
very good.
They'll be on summer vacation.
I will tell you this: you will have probably more fun without kids. As bad as that sounds, because it's just less stuff you have to manage while you're moving around thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, we did take the kids to WonderCon, so that was like a mini Comic-Con. So.
Sure. Yeah, that's kind of better for kids, like to go to something smaller where they can get more out of it. I think a Comic-Con is so jam-packed; it's hard to like do anything. So, but that'll be awesome, man. Yes. Very, very cool.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as that, the Instagram profile that I keep for it, it's just called @FuzzyPirate, one word, and it's the Y in the pirate.
Very cool, man. And
so it's like Fuzzy Pirate with a Y.
And can you tell?
And all I do is I usually post pictures and snippets of like the game footage that I play on with other people or when I play solo.
Fantastic. Fuzzy Pirate, find him on Instagram. And Manny, can you tell people what you like about the show, why you donated to it, why you're a Patreon of the show?
Basically, bottom line, it's a lot of fun. I mean,
awesome.
It's just it's fun because I mean, you go from all the different categories. So even if it's not your thing, the group that you're with, that's what makes it fun playing live. Is like if you're in a group, I mean, because if we go 2 or 3 people, you might get some of the rounds, but we go in a group of like 4 or 5 people, and there's always at least somebody there that knows something about it.
Exactly.
And it's just, the whole point is you get away for about 2-3 hours, you hang out with your friends, you have some fun, drink some beer.
Yeah, there you go.
And then the podcast is cool because it's just fun, because a lot of the subjects kind of like, they reconnect with your past, your youth. Like, oh, I remember that show. Oh, my God, I remember that.
Yeah.
And you can relate to it. So that's what makes it fun.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
That's what got me into it, is the fact that I can relate to a lot of the subjects that you cover. So.
Very cool. And now you get to pick the subjects, like Babylon 5 today. And, some people might see this episode and go like, don't know what that is. Like if I was listening to this, I'd be like, I'm not going to get anything out of it. So I'd go to the next day, or the day before or whatever. But some people that love this are going to be like, oh, cool, he's finally doing a Babylon 5 episode. So that's the fun, like you said, of playing live. It's like everybody knows a little something about something. And the podcast is an extension of that for 15 or 20 minutes a day. So awesome, man. Yeah. Thank you so much. Your next topic is going to be Smokey and the Bandit. You told me you wrote some questions for me, and I actually have to watch that movie. Because I've seen that movie in snippets, but I've never sat down and watched it, and I wouldn't know some trivia on it. So I'm going to watch it probably in the next week, and then we'll reconnect and do another episode on that. Manny, thank you so much, buddy, and I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you.
All right. All right, there it was, a fun splash into sci-fi with Babylon 5. How'd you do? How'd you hold up against Manny? Did you get higher than 7 out of 10 or lower than 7 out of 10? It's okay, whatever you did. Show me your score. I always like to see the scorecards of the trivia listeners. And also, how are my questions? It's always tougher when I don't know the thing that I'm talking about. So hopefully they were okay. This Thursday, doing a big, fun time trivia show at Ogopogo Brewing in San Gabriel, California. It starts at 7 p.m. and it's all about Disney. If you like Disney live action, animation, Pixar, classic stuff, you will want to come play and dominate this trivia night with your friends and your family in between the holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas, right here in San Gabriel, California this Thursday. Come check it out. Tickets are at the banner at the top of triviawithbuds.com. They're $10 a person. You can get them at the door or online, and you can have up to 8 people on your team to win beer and gift cards and a ton of Disney stuff that I'm going to have for you. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.